He looked fine on the outside. He smiled at work, laughed with friends, posted pictures online. But inside, he carried a storm no one could see. Hidden anxiety, the kind that lives behind closed doors, the kind that steals peace silently, the kind that shapes lives without anyone noticing. This is the story of the struggles we never tell. It began with small signs. Sleepless nights, racing thoughts, a constant knot in the stomach. He brushed it off, telling himself it was stress, that everyone feels this way sometimes. But the truth was deeper. Every conversation felt like a test. Every decision felt like a trap. Every silence felt like judgment. Have you ever lived with a fear so quiet that no one else notices, but so loud that it consumes you? He became an expert at hiding. At work, he delivered results, but inside he doubted every move. With friends, he laughed, but inside he replayed every word, wondering if he sounded foolish. With family, he smiled, but inside he carried guilt for not being normal. Hidden anxiety is invisible to others, but unbearable to the one who carries it. Years passed. He avoided opportunities, not because he didn't want them, but because the fear was stronger. He stayed silent in meetings, not because he had nothing to say, but because his voice trembled. He declined invitations, not because he disliked people, but because his mind screamed at the thought of being judged. Ice and tight, it's strange how the stories we never tell are often the ones that define us most. There were moments of hope. He tried to push himself, one presentation, one dinner, one conversation. But each attempt ended with racing thoughts. Did they notice my shaking hands? Did they see my nervous smile? Did they judge me? The cycle repeated and the mask grew heavier. 10 years of silence. 10 years of pretending. 10 years of hidden anxiety. He didn't know that one decision would change everything. One night, exhausted, he whispered, "I can't keep living like this." That moment of honesty became the turning point. Instead of hiding, he searched. He discovered that anxiety wasn't weakness, it was a condition millions face. And more importantly, it could be understood, managed, and overcome. He began small, writing down fears instead of letting them swirl endlessly, practicing short interactions, even just saying thank you to a stranger, breathing deeply before meetings. Each step felt terrifying, but each step was progress. Isn't it powerful how courage is built not in leaps, but in tiny steps? Slowly, the mask cracked. He spoke up in a meeting. He joined a group without fleeing. He realized that people weren't judging him as harshly as he judged himself. The monster in his mind was louder than reality. The journey wasn't perfect. There were setbacks, nights of doubt, moments of retreat. But he kept moving. He learned that hidden anxiety thrives in silence, but weakens in action. He discovered tools, strategies, and guidance that helped him reclaim his voice. He found that naming his fears reduced their power. He found that practicing eye contact built confidence. He found that vulnerability created connection. He found that progress was possible. And here's the truth. He found a path to control anxiety and overcome fear. That path is available to you too. The guide how to control anxiety and overcome fear is in the description and the comments. It's not magic, but it can be the beginning of your own transformation. Looking back, he realized those hidden years weren't wasted. They were proof of resilience. Proof that even in silence, the desire for change can grow. Proof that freedom is possible. He learned that hidden anxiety doesn't define you. It challenges you, but it can also teach you. It teaches patience, empathy, and strength. It teaches that freedom is not the absence of fear, but the courage to face it. And now, as you finish this story, remember, hidden anxiety may feel invisible to others, but it is real to you. And yet, peace is possible. True freedom begins in the mind, and only then appears in life.